Hello everybody out there in, let's see, social media world, all the worlds, YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and wherever else I post this. I generally start with doing this on Facebook Live because I can then go ahead and save it and post it to my YouTube page, and then I can post it all over different networks that way. So let's see if anybody's coming on. All right, we got 9 people. I can't see from over there, like if anybody's on, so I have my other device over here showing me like comments and stuff. Hello, Jessica. Hello from London, Malcolm. I wish I was in London right now. So I came on because I'd like to get rid of the rest of the stuff that I've been trying to sell. I have a few things that I have to send out to some fans that have either purchased some stuff and are just waiting for it to be sent. And then I have a prize for a fan that won a collage for a contest that I ran, so I'm sending that out. I also have a anniversary present for my hetero life mate that is going out soon. As soon as her present gets here in the mail, then the rest of her present will get wrapped up and sent. So anyway, I have a bunch of stuff that's going out in the mail, and preferably I like to just go to the post office and ship it all together. That way I have one big receipt with a bunch of shipping or tracking numbers, and I can just kind of go through and hit everybody up online and say, hey, here's your tracking number, here's when it's coming. Makes it a lot easier. Plus that way I can just get it all done at once and know everybody's sent off at once, check everything off at once, and make one trip to the post office, obviously. So, UPS is here. Maybe my hetero life meets president's got here. Maybe, who knows? Do I send to the UK? Yes, I do. Absolutely. I send anywhere with a address I can send to. The shipping sometimes is a little bit more expensive, but usually I just like charge a standard, about what I know it costs to ship to that area. And if it's like really way more expensive, I let you know. 1 second, I gotta. It's not her present. Okay. So, yeah, my hair's getting long. It's getting longer and longer. So anyway, I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I still have for sale. See if anybody is interested in any of it. I'm taking offers. I'm really not picky about like certain items. They're just memorabilia and things that I think that fans would really like to have. There's other things that are a little more valuable that I wouldn't, just part with for like, next to nothing. But, I'm still pretty flexible, just because I want to give these beautiful memories a good home, and and my home isn't the home for them because I have enough stuff, and I need to clear out this stuff and make some money to get my car inspected and get some stuff rolling in my life, and you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna start by showing you guys some of the stuff that I'm selling, and it's not a ton, but I'm gonna show you guys what it is. If anybody is like interested in purchasing it right away, you know, feel free to you know, make a comment on here that you'd like to purchase it. I'm gonna do my best to remember, you know, the prices, or at least let you guys maybe make offers on them. I don't know. I didn't really think through exactly how I wanted to do this. I just really, like I said, I really just want my memorabilia to have good homes to fans that will love them and enjoy them. One of my biggest pet peeves is selling memorabilia or autographs to people that are not big fans, or are just going to sell them to somebody else to make money, or, you know, they don't really want them, they're just collecting them to like save them for later, like stuff like that. Like people that don't really appreciate it, I don't even want to sell it to them. Like I just like don't buy them. So anyway, let's see. We got 17 people on here. So, alright, so let me get the stuff out. Bear with me 1 second. Got some stuff to grab. So, thank you for bearing with me. I appreciate your kindness. Hi from Philly, Chris. What's up? We should chill. I don't have very many friends in Philly. I got rid of all my toxic people. Alright, so I have some 8x10s that are just 8x10s to be signed. They're leftovers from conventions that I did not sign, and so therefore became extras. And since I don't do conventions anymore, I'm selling those for $40 a piece with shipping, personalized and autographed. I have a few of these. I have 2 of these, I believe. And I have one of these, which was a memorial one I did for 20 years after he passed. So I have, now these are the ones that were memorabilia ones. These are headshots I took this year. They're my new headshots. I had 2 extra, so I decided to auction them or sell them, whatever, because I'm not going to have them. They're not going to be ones that you can buy ever again. They're just 2 random headshots that go to just like casting directors and producers and such. So they're kind of rare. Again, $40 a piece, signed, personalized. These ones are $50 a piece. They are personal pictures that I took. Look. Hi from Buffalo, New York. These are personal pictures that I took with Ling when we were doing a reunion. And I had about, I think 4 or 5 of them. I think 4. And I kept 2 of them that I really liked the most. They were all really cute, but I thought 4 is a little excessive. I'm not going to hang 4 on my wall. So I picked 2 of them that I would get rid of and share with fans. And I thought this one especially because it's got room to sign on the top. So those are $50 each. And you can also have Ling sign them if you get to meet her. So that's pretty cool. Oh, no, that's mine. I was gonna say, why is there 3? Then we have this print. It's a James O'Barr print. It is signed. It is actually signed. The print itself is signed. It's numbered, hand numbered 90 out of 250. It's also hand signed under the printed signed. So I'll get a little closer. Bai's crazy. She's nuts. I love her. And this one can be signed and personalized by me as well, or it can just be left just as is by James. It's 11 by 17, poster size. It's in perfect condition. I believe I was asking like $150 for this one. I'd probably take $100 if somebody wouldn't be willing to pay that much. Yep. I think it's worth $150 or at least $125. But I don't know, I'd sell it for $100. Like I said, I'm just trying to find these things homes. Yeah, the print is really beautiful. Oh, and Bai is so much fun. Like, she's crazy and she's out of control sometimes, but she is such a beautiful heart of gold. Like, it's so pure and beautiful. And, like, the craziness about her is just the freedom of her soul being so light and beautiful and free and pure. And I love that about her. And it's like almost like she doesn't have a mean, like, bone in her body. And, like, it seems that way because of the way she acts and, like, how kind of provocative and nutty and wild she acts. But really, that's like a naivety and almost a innocence about her that she does that. It's not out of malice or meanness. And she's just so beautiful and fun. I love her so much. She brightens my day every time I see her. I don't get to see her very much. She gave me a lap dance last time we went and danced together. It was so much fun. I don't have to sell all my stuff. I'm just selling some of the stuff that that I don't like particularly need. That I have overstock of crow stuff, so I'm selling some of the stuff that is not extremely sentimental to me, that I could part with, that I could share with fans, that I could be nice enough to, offer as, you know, a sale of stuff that I don't particularly have to own. I own quite a bit. I own so much that this scratches the surface of what I own. And that's, you know, and you should see my brother. God, my stuff is like a joke compared to what he owns. Okay, and then we have this beautiful 16 by 20 print. James O'Barr. It is a beautiful, beautiful print in an alley. He's holding an axe. It's also signed in the print, James O'Barr, and then also signed by him by hand, James O'Barr. Get closer so you can see. It's really beautiful. Love the details in this one. It's very like rustic and kind of has a cold feel to it, like that cold night stalker feel to it. So this one I was doing for $200. I would be willing to go down to $150. With a little bit of shipping, you know, like $10 shipping probably. And then also that one could be signed by me and personalized, or just left as is by James, and then you could take it to James eventually and have him personalize it, sign it, or personalize it. Let's see. The next thing I have, this one here is a beautiful James O'Barr. This is a like gorgeous love scene. Oops. This one's a gorgeous love scene. It's morbid, but it's beautiful. It's so James. It's so beauty, romance, morbid, death, blood, goth. This one's signed by him. It's also dated 2000. This one's also, I was doing for $200. I'd be willing to go down to $150. Because like I said, I just want to find these good homes. I don't have enough room for all this crow stuff. I have so much of it. And I just want fans to have, you know, some of my stuff that's not personalized to me. It would be cool. And that helps us with our endeavors to moving in a couple years and all the good stuff, podcasting and comedy and all the goodness. All right, so next thing we have, we'll do the banner, I guess, next. Let's see. I'm not surprised it got canceled. Everything's been canceled because of the COVID. But, you know, we keep going. Gotta just keep getting through it. We've never had this kind of pandemic really in our time, not this way. So, alright, so the next thing I have, let's put them together. 2, 3, another 1, 2, 4, 3, 4. So then we've got here the wonderful we've got some series of comic books that are also I'm also selling. This one is, they're all in mint condition. They're all in there. My brother keeps everything in perfect, everything. His collection is mint. It's perfect. So this one is, do I have this right? Number 3, yeah. So this one is the Crow Razor. I'm just gonna pull this out for a second, just so that you can see it without the glare, and you can see how mint it is. Crow Razor. It's signed by James. So careful, I don't know if I'm gonna get. Okay, and then there's number 2, which is the Crow Razor Kill the Pain, also signed. Beautiful copy, mint condition. And we got a Crow Razor Kill the Pain number 3, also signed. And then there's this one, which is the Crow Razor Kill the Pain, and it is the tour book, which I'm not 100% what that means. I'm guessing, it's kind of, I'm guessing the tour of the whole story. It's called the tour book. Kill the Pain Razor. It's very cool looking though. The graphics, I shouldn't say graphics, the comics in here are very unique and different. I mean, they're all his style. They all have a, James look, but it's interesting how when I've been looking through them, like there's a different kind of theme and feeling to each one, which is really neat. I dig it. Oops, what is going on here? There we go. Work phone. There we go. All right. Whoa. Tighten that up a little. There we go. So, okay, so that's the Crow Razor series, and what I was doing with those, I believe was, they were going to be 20 each, which would make them 80 for the 3, or for the 4. Yeah, I can count. 80 for the 4 of them, or if you want to do 80, separately for 4 of them, or if you want the entire series, I would do them for $75. Obviously, plus a couple bucks for shipping, like $5 for shipping or something. Then we have Then we have this one. It is the Crow Walking Nightmare. This one's also got a really cool, like, look to it. It's very, I don't know, very gruesome and kind of gory in a way, but also angelic in a creepy way. I don't know. I dig it. So that's the first one. Not signed, by the way, not signed by James. 2 of 4 of Walking Nightmares. These ones, the art is very, like, without looking at them, on, like, with your face up against it, like on a not on a TV, on a phone screen, it's a little bit more difficult to tell what the picture's presenting, but my hair is pink, purple, blue, and I think some sort of sunset color, and a little bit of blonde, and a little bit of teal. I don't know, I did a bunch of stuff to it just to see what would happen, and this is what happened. So, okay, and then this one is the 3rd of the 4th of the Walking Nightmares. This one is signed by James. This one, I love the cover too, with the twins. I dig that one. Okay. And then this one is the 4th of the 4th of the Walking Nightmares. So cool. And this one is also not signed. So there's only one signed by James out of all those. And what I was going to do with these was do 15 each, except for the one that's signed to 20. So it'd be 15, 15, 15, and 20. But then if you wanted all of them, it'd be 60 instead of 65. And then probably $5 for shipping if you wanted all of them. And again, they can be personalized by me or left to be alone, just the way they are signed by James. Yeah, you can PM me, absolutely. You can PM me with what you'd like to purchase. You can just write what the name is of it, or you know, just describe the comic book if you forget the name or whatever, or say which one it was, the second one I put up, whatever. Or, you know, the print that looks like this, whatever, you know, however you want to do it. But yeah, you can private message me. That's the easiest way. It makes it more personal between you and I, but rather than on comments. The last comic that I have here to sell is called Wild Justice. It's also nice to see you too, Jason. Have a good time at work, hon. The Crow Wild Justice. This is another one that really has a different, you know, look to it. It's very, I don't know, it almost has that kind of, can't think of the word, Dios dos Muertes, look to it, you know, that Day of the Dead kind of celebration look to it. I don't know. I really dig it. But this one here is the first one. It is not signed by James. This is the second of the third. Okay. And then the third one is signed by James. That one I like a lot. That one definitely says Day of the Dead. That's awesome. I'd love to see your tattoos. Or tattoo. The photos I was showing in the beginning, if you're talking about the ones from just the still shots from The Crow, they were 40. You're changing your name to Sarah? Okay. Good for you, Andre. So anyway, the Wild Justice ones would be 15 for the two that are unsigned, which would be the two unsigned, and then 20 for the one that's signed. So that would make it 50 total if you bought them separately. So I would do them for 45 if you bought them all together, 50 with shipping. Yeah, so that's those, and then there's I believe one other thing. Oh. This has been almost purchased and like practically purchased a couple times, but then something happened or occurred. My banners rarely get sold, but when they do, they're rare items because they're usually one of kind. They're usually only made once and then they never get made again. This one in particular was airbrushed by an artist friend of mine. And I used it for quite a few years, and people would always comment like, "Oh, that's really cool. Who airbrushed that?" And whatnot. So I have quite a few pictures between, I guess, around 2010 and 2012, with this behind me, with fans standing there, or just talking to other celebrities or people. While I'm at my booth with this behind me with people doing candid shots. So it's definitely a memorabilia, but I don't need it anymore. I don't do conventions and I'm not going to hang it anywhere. Some people like to buy my banners and put them in their memorabilia room or their basement as something cool, like to hang up. This is a cool one because it doesn't have a bunch of like advertisements on it or anything. It's just art. So let me show you. Actually, I might have to. Woo! So I hope you can get the gist of that. It is on a black canvas type of fabric, so it's pretty sturdy. You can see I've washed it quite a few times actually, and the paint doesn't come out of it. Not that you'd want to wash it a ton of times, but I have washed it a few times because it got dusty or dingy or stuff got on it at a convention. And I was a little concerned about washing it, but the paint that was on it was on it. So it was good. So if anybody wants that, I will take offers for it. I'm not specific about a price for it. It's just something somebody made for me. It's, you know, handmade, so it's not, I don't have a price for it specifically. It is nice though, so whatever you feel it's worth, if you'd like it. I do have to buy, or actually, no, I have them actually, finally. I had to buy fabric markers for signing it because somebody originally was going to buy it, and then I wanted to make sure if I signed it that it was with a fabric ink marker, so that if it did get washed for some reason again, my autograph didn't come off as well. So yeah, so that's that, and that can be signed and shipped as well, and that would be very cheap to ship as well. So, you know, a couple bucks, unless you're, you know, in Europe or Canada, then it might be a little bit extra, not much. So okay, I will check my DMs. The last thing I'm gonna do before I get off of here, I will check my DMs. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you guys stranded about the stuff I just showed you. But I do want to show you what I made. I had made a jewelry box out of a keyboard case, because I wanted to learn how to play the keyboard, and I figured I had seen a bunch of do-it-yourself jewelry boxes made out of guitar cases, and I thought that was really cool and cute and interesting and fun. However, I didn't want to play the guitar, and I thought it was also not enough space. I wanted more, you know, more space. So I went to a used music store, and went to the used section and asked the guy if he had a keyboard case that I could gut and make a jewelry box, and he did. And I went home and I gutted it, you know, pretty much gutted it, and I bought some stuff from the craft store to make my jewelry box, and I did. And over time, it was bolted to my wall, and over time, I noticed that my project was good, but there were some flaws because it was my first time making one. And some of the choices that I made to hang things or to put things together didn't quite hold up as well as I hoped they did. It didn't completely fall apart. It was just, it was sagging a little. So I kept deciding, like, I kept telling myself I want to take it down and redo it. You know, I want to not completely redo it, but revamp it. So I spent $9 on these little cabinet doorknobs and $1 on some stickers. Well, no, $2 on some stickers. And I used some shirts that I was going to use for sewing, but I don't have a sewing machine. And I decided to revamp it and make it better than it was. So that's what I'm going to show you right now, because I did it over a week ago and I wanted to come online and show you guys. If anybody had seen the original, then you'll know the difference. I'm going to try to find the original pictures of it, so you can see the difference, so I can post them together and you can see the two differences of them. But I'm going to kind of show you now and point out what I changed. So Yes, I do have a white rat. I also have 2 brown rats. So this is, it was in my room, but this is the jewelry box. And it did have all the mirrors on it, but it didn't have these. It did have all this sprayed on it, but it just didn't have the 3Ds. Oops. My Cheshire cat tail and ears I hang there. This I made, and it's just to hold my key for my cell phone SIM card. Oops. I think this is smudgy. There we go. Yes, less smudgy. So, essentially, just open this. And then, when you open it, this side, there's a mirror. And what I did here was, this was basically like this. This yellow was here, purple was here, gems were here, this was here. This was actually here with my travel jewelry thing. And so was this background. However, I eat glitter for breakfast. I added the old school cool Game Boy. It's awesome, right? I put my ears up here with my beaver that I love. What I also did was I used to have all my buttons in a little like bag, and then I put the bag in here. Oh, also, Psycho Bitches and Real Boobs taste better. But I used to have all my buttons like inside here in like a pouch, and it kind of made me nutty to have them in there. So what I decided to do is take these garter straps that I had that I don't use very often or at all really, and clip all my buttons to this and garter straps. And then I stapled the garter straps to there. So now if I need a button, I just unclick it from my garter strap. And the nice thing about that is some of them didn't fit, so they went on here. But I also have 2 extra garter straps, so if I get more buttons, odalay. It took a long time. It took about 12 hours. Then over here, I had to, well, first of all, I had to redo pretty much the entire structure of it because it was flapping down, and I had gotten a, what is it? Staple gun. So I had to staple gun like all the corners and edges and everything so it wouldn't flop. But basically I undid these. They were screwed in with little like screw in like these things. And I undid those and I staple gunned them in so they'd be nice and tight. So I could hang all my, earrings. And then I made it a little gap so it wasn't so cluttered. Put Searching for Magic. These are the knobs I was telling you about that I got. They're just crystal knobs for cabinets. They were $9 at Big Lots. And I decided that, yeah, they're cabinet knobs, but they'd also be great to hold your bracelets. So I did those down the sides, and they became the bracelet holders. Then I put Gypsy Soul, and then I tried to scatter the necklaces so you could see them better. And also I organized them and I cleaned all my jewelry, which, because I'm obsessive compulsive. Put Cookie Taster. That has a double meaning, by the way, giggity. I put my more fancy jewelry over here. More of my handmade jewelry here. More of my, like, funky jewelry here. A little more of my handmade jewelry here. And then I also, like, there's my rings. This I got from the craft store back in the day, and that's where all my rings can get put. This is a fun little cool thing I thought would be fun to do. When you move back all the fancy jewelry, there's an Alice in Wonderland wearing a Mad Hatter cap. So she's hiding. And then I also put a knob down here so that, like, these types of bracelets could always go there, or even my Apple Watch bands. And then I have, this actually should go in there. I have my little piggy with my pendulum, my piggy's tusks. And then this here's, I don't know if I should say I invented it, but this is what I came up with for my jewelry for my face. This is my nose rings, my tongue rings, my lip rings, all that kind of stuff. And it's got magnets and magnets, so it doesn't just plop out of there for any reason. It stays. And then baby's, you know, practicing her dance moves there. So, but this is cool too, because it's got stuff saved in here, like more watch bands and jewelry and bags and stuff. Something else in here. Oh yeah. Nice. So, and then, you know, if I take off a piece of jewelry or a hairband, I can hang it right here if I'm going to use it right away. So, see if I can get that to stay like that. So that is my jewelry box. I hope you like it. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. And so I just wanted to show off my little bit of artistic work that I did this week, well, last week, and finally got the motivation to show you guys about it. So I'm glad that I got to show you guys, and I'm going to check my DMs, and I hope you guys liked everything that I'm selling, and hope you liked my artwork. And I'm going to post this on my YouTube page for everybody to see. If you see this on YouTube, then you can hit me up on any of my social media. That's all on my YouTube page, so go ahead and check it out. Like me on all that stuff. And, you know, as always, love, love, love. And namaste.